Hello, Base Ship Commander enthusiasts. I'm here to show you something I'm really excited about, and that is the Ascension's third augment, getting close to being wrapped up here. It's called the Modulator or Remodulator. Now, if anybody doesn't know basically what the Ascension does, here's a quick rundown. This is basically an RPG level hero that you can form to what you want based on 4 attributes: weapons, resistance, agility, psionic. How you form your ship is going to determine what type of ship it's going to become. There are about 26 talents that can be unlocked, from weapons, resistance abilities, agility based abilities, and spellcasting. So you've got tank, glass cannon, support. There's all kinds of stuff in here, so it's very, very exciting. Now, just to kind of go through to skip some of the tedious aspects, I'm just going to go ahead and modulate it a little bit. And I've already used some cheat codes, so I can do this quickly. So now I've just basically transformed it to a weapon-focused ship. And as you change your modulations, it changes your attributes and stats, gives you talents. But what's really cool is this augment, which I finally got working, called the Modulator. And you can actually store your ship's state into the Modulator and then reload it later. So I just stored this state. Now I'm going to go ahead and get a different state. Let's go ahead and make like a more tanky, fat state. So let me just adjust my values here a little bit. It's getting bigger and fatter. Obviously, this would happen slowly in game. And there's mechanics for how this works. So now let's go ahead and save that state. Okay, save that state. Let's make one more. Let's make a psionic-based state. Now you notice as you update or modulate your ship, it raises the attributes 4 points for the one you're clicking, but then drops all the others down by 1. So you kind of have to go back and forth to balance out the equation. Now if I keep going, it looks like I'm maxed. Okay, that's good. So let's save that one. Okay, now this is really cool. So now we have 3 states I've saved in here, and at any time, now obviously there's going to be cooldowns and all that, but I can just reload a state. So there, it just reloaded my weapon-based state. Boom, it reloaded my tank-based state and spellcaster. Now why this is going to be useful is when you unlock talents. Let's say I want to unlock, I have something in here I can unlock. Stasis field, okay. So there, now I have stasis field. You put stuff in stasis. See, just kind of basic stasis field ability. But each of these talents has attribute requirements. So this one says psionic must be greater than 50 and resistance must be greater than 24. So as soon as my attributes fall below those required levels, I will lose access to that ability. So let's go ahead and make that happen. Let's make resistance greater than 24. I have to drop my resistance quite a bit. Let's try doing another one. Is there something? I can drop it. So if I drop the resistance, actually we'll just do this. We'll just load a previous state, and boom, there we go. So now I no longer have access to stasis field because I loaded the weapon state. So this is where this augmentation for the Ascension will be really handy, because as you unlock different abilities and you're playing with your modulations, you might find you lose or gain access to certain abilities. With this modulation or augmentation, you'll be able to go back to it at any time and be like, hey, I want to activate my siege capabilities. Boom, load it up. Okay, or I want to activate my tank capabilities. Let's go back to spellcaster, and there, now it's active again. So that's going to be a really fun tool. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with to play around and just see what the possibilities are. Now, there's one final thing you can do with this modulator. You can restore your default state. Now, when you do that, it basically restores it to its default state, which is 30 by 30 by 30 attributes. You lose all your saved states, and it starts you from scratch with a 100% bonus reduction cooldown for psionic permanence, which allows you to quickly get upgraded. So this was normally 70, but now it's 18. So turn our cheat code off. So now that's going to go a lot faster. So you might be back at square one, but the good news is you can kind of get back to the state that you want to. So I think that's going to be really fun, and I'll be excited to see what Darker comes up with. I'm sure he'll be able to break it in no time. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and this is really getting close to done, so keep your fingers crossed. I think it might actually be finished. Well, not totally finished, but ready for beta testing before Christmas.